Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Hope you guys are all having a great day as always. I know in my last videos I said I was going to be consistent. There was a lot going on last year. I got COVID at the beginning of the year. A lot of shit happened, but I'm going to tell you guys more about that in this video. So yeah, this is the first video of this year. I decided I want to make a mukbang and tell you guys a little bit of what's going on in my life right now. And I actually got some Taco Bell. So I got some Fiesta potatoes. They're potatoes with cheese and sour cream, I think. Yeah. And then these are the Doritos Locos Tacos. And I got, I believe it's a quesadilla, I don't remember. And a bunch of hot sauce. So let's start eating. I'm freaking starving. So at the beginning of the year last year, it was literally, I remember this day, January 10th, I got COVID. And it didn't start well. I was like, fuck, really? Like, it took me a while to process it because, well, I was already feeling the symptoms. But then my mom's like, let's go get tested. And they got tested. They were all negative. But then my mom's like, no, I don't trust it. Like, you should go. Because I was like losing my voice, but I was still smelling and tasting, so I'm like, nah, I think I'm just like sick, like, you know, I don't have anything. I went 3 days later, yeah, I got COVID. And half the store I was working for got COVID, so I was like, fuck, I got COVID. I was all depressed in my room, because I don't like being home. And yeah, and then in the middle of the year, I found out my grandma had cancer, so I was just like going through a lot. I also quit my last job. I took a year off of school because of COVID, so that kind of ruined my plans. So I started a full-time job. I left my part-time job. And I decided to focus in school, so I only took 2 classes online because honestly, online is not for me. Thankfully, I passed my classes, but it was really hard. I mean, full-time school, and I was going to the gym too. So I had like no time to like vlog or hang out as much as I wanted to this year. I mean last year, sorry. But this year my goal is to have more time for myself and get myself back together mentally and physically, you know. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that's what matters, is like your mental health and yourself, and be more selfish with yourself, because sometimes I put other people above me. And no, this year I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus on myself, on my goals. I mean, I always do each year. I accomplish at least one thing I want to do for the year. But last year was not the year for me. There was just so much emotions going through it. Some of my friends lost their family members due to COVID. It was just a lot. So yeah, right now I'm sick. I don't have COVID. Something new right now, I just quit my full-time job. I'm gonna go full-time in school. And for the meantime, I'm gonna do DoorDash or something while I find a part-time job. Because I'm trying to get my shit together with school. Graduate this year, hopefully. And you know, start my career. But yeah, that's that. Look at my gallon of water. But oh, I didn't tell you guys, but I got a piercing. It's kind of getting infected. I need to be cleaning it 3 times a day, and I'm so honestly, I've been slacking with that too. And then I got my cartilage piercing again. I had a stud, but they told me that that's why I got infected. So I got it redone again. And it's already healed. So now I have to wait for this one. I put no copyright music because I don't want to get copyrighted. But I don't like this music. Let's see. I feel like half the reason why I was also kind of like stressed out was because the full time that I was at, like, I had no one to talk to. It was an office, and I had no one to talk to, like, just the customers that rent there and stuff. But I'm a really social person, so I feel like that kind of drained me. And at the same time, it was good because I learned a lot about myself, and I'm like, you know, I have no one stressing me out. But imagine going to the gym, going to the full-time job where no one talks to you, and then like studying and doing homework, and then that's like your routine every single day. It's like, I was going crazy. These are my favorite. I could eat this all day. No joke. I can say I was pretty consistent with the gym. Except this last whole month, December, because it was my birthday and then Christmas and then the New Year's, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just take this whole month off and start again in New Year's. So today I'm eating like a fat ass, but I have a treadmill in here, so I'm gonna probably walk for like an hour or 30 minutes just to burn some calories. So these are the Doritos Locos Tacos. These are my favorite because they taste like Doritos, obviously. There's some hot Cheeto ones, and then like, I think the other one's like ranch. Something ranch. But it tastes like nachos. And yeah, so this year my goal is to be more consistent with my videos, try to make time to make videos, and you know, because I love making videos. I was also planning on taking a dance class this year. COVID is horrible. There's still people getting sick. My friend right now has COVID, and I'm like, oh my god. I haven't seen her in like years, so. This is so good. It's sad to say that last year, some of my friends told me, what's wrong with you? Like, you've changed, this and that, you're not the same person anymore. But I'm the type of person that if I'm going through something, I'll close myself. And like, I don't want to. I push people away, you know, even the people I care about, because I don't know, I don't like other people feeling bad for me. I'm like the type of person to, like, I don't want to hang out if I'm not 100% there. You know, like, if I'm not myself. Because I don't want them to get affected or be like, oh, why aren't you, like, what's wrong, this and that. So I can say last year was the loneliest for me. I got in a relationship too, and it didn't work out because I was just too focused on like my goals, and I was healing, so I feel like it just wasn't, you know, wrong timing. It was wrong timing. But I learned a lot, and this year will be a good year. I used to be able to drink a whole gallon of water for 14 days. I did that challenge. I was dying. My bladder was like gonna pop. Never again. Now I can drink half, but not the whole thing. I feel like I'm eating a lot. I should take a break. What is this quesadilla? I forgot what I ordered. Okay. That's chicken. But yeah, I like to be there for people, and I like to motivate people. I was actually gonna vlog my workouts and upload them to YouTube, but like I said, I never really made time for YouTube last year. So this year I can hopefully put some of my workout routines. I'm not where I want to be with my body, but this year I know I'm going to do it. I feel like everybody is probably going through the same thing as I am right now. Because of COVID, it ruined everybody's plans. Or not everybody, but most of our plans. We all gotta stay strong and get through this together. We got this. We're better than this. But yeah, like, I was lacking motivation. I was lacking, I couldn't sleep at night. Just everything. A lot of things. In 1 year. 1 year can change drastically. I lost people in my life. And I met a lot of people in my life. And I don't regret it. Because everything happens for a reason. The only reason I'm sick is because, so yesterday, I have this thing that where when I cry for a long time, my nose gets stuffed. And I've been like this since yesterday, so my nose has been so stuffed since yesterday. And then like I didn't wear socks last night, so my throat started hurting. But yeah, I don't have COVID. Honestly, those were the worst 14 days of my life when I was in quarantine. Because I had nothing to do. I was literally on my phone all the time watching YouTube videos, and I would get tired and I would go to the living room, and then I would watch movies, and then I would eat, and I think I gained weight that whole freaking week. And then I was stressed and depressed because I was in my room all fucking day. I have this like urge of wanting to go out whenever. Today I'm like, it's New Year's, there's nothing to do, I'm gonna stay home, I'm gonna do a mukbang, I'm gonna talk to you guys for a little bit. So today is just like chilling, letting my body rest and getting some, try to get some energy back. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym again because today it's closed. So I'm just gonna walk 30 minutes on the treadmill, do a little bit of exercises, get some rest, get some sleep, and then tomorrow go hard. I hope it's not full tomorrow, because every year at the beginning of the year it gets like packed for no goddamn reason. And then towards like 1 month, 2 months in, then people start leaving. I feel like there's something I haven't talked about that I want. Oh yeah, so I'm studying for my citizenship. It's gonna be this week. I waited since I was 2 years old to get my citizenship, and this year is I feel like it's gonna be a good year. I'm gonna get my citizenship. I'm gonna finish school. Good things are coming my way. I'm going to focus on my mental, my physical health. Cut people in my life who are no longer meant to be there. Be there for people who want me to be there for them. I'm gonna be selfish. And this is good. I can eat the whole thing. Just like that. See? It tastes like... It's not even spicy. I think tapatio is more spicier than this. I want to go get another facial because I'm breaking out. I decided to make a video because my parents went to the snow without me. ¿Tú crees? They're like, no, you're sick, you're gonna stay home. I love the snow, but sometimes my little brothers are annoying and I can't stand them. So I'd rather just stay home. Or go out. One time I was so crazy that day. Well, when am I not crazy, right? But I was like, oh, I feel like shit. Like, nobody understands me. I was like mad at my family that day. So I was like, fuck it. Grabbed my car, went all the way to Malibu. It's literally like... Wait, Malibu? No, Santa Monica. It was literally like 2 hours away from here. 3 hours away from here. 2 to 3 hours away from here with traffic. So yeah, I went by myself to Malibu for Santa Monica. And everyone was like, what the heck? You went alone? I'm like, yeah, I am. You're like, bitch, si te llega a pasar algo. I'm like, pues que me pase, Diosito, tengo la licencia de Dios. Like that meme. Tengo la licencia de Dios. God is always with me. I'm almost done. So I had a party, my 23rd birthday party, and I had a pool, I had free bar, I had a DJ, I had a photo booth, like como una pinche quinceañera en grande, and it was so fun. I invited like my closest friends. Half the people went, but I don't regret it. Like, el que quiere ir, que vaya, el que no. I wanted to keep the bowl. I kept writing it. And the next morning, I woke up with hella bruises. I'm like, oh my god. I couldn't even walk because of the bruises. This year, I'm hoping I can travel more. Since I'm going to have my citizenship, it'll be easier to just travel anywhere I want. Oh my god, let me tell you guys story time. So, me and my 2 friends, we went to TJ, and I don't know why, like, I have friends that go to TJ and come back with just their California ID, but I believe that's only if they're like citizen. So we went, and since I'm a resident, I'm supposed to have my card, you know, my, I don't know what you say, residence card. So we went, and I forgot that day, I usually have it in my car, but that day, like the day before, my mom needed my residence. I forgot for what, but I left it in her car. And we went to TJ. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I have my card with me, and I always have my driver's license. So when we were about to come back, because we went clubbing, we were gonna come back at like 12 or 1, I think. And my dumbass was like, oh my god, guess what, like I left I think I left my residence card in my mom's car, and she didn't know I was going to TJ, so I was like, fuck. I'm like, fuck it, I'll like try to come back with just my driver's license. Well, we were in the line, and tell me why. So like, there's like different lines, right? There's like the ready lane and the sentry lane, I think. The sentry lane is only for people who like cross on daily basis, where like they go to work over here and they need a faster way to like get here with just like their permission or something. And we were in the sentry lane, but for some reason the GPS took us there because we put the ready lane and it took us to the sentry lane. So we were praying to God, like, oh my God, like, please, like, first, I don't even have my residence card, and two, like, the sentry lane, they're gonna give us like a multa or something, because I heard they charge you if you go through there or something. And I was like, fuck, like, please. Like, I was all praying and all about to shit my pants. And tell me why I also took my car. So I took my car, I didn't have my residence card, and we were in the sentry lane. I was fucked. I was like, fuck, like, I'm already fucked. This is a sign, I shouldn't have came, this and that. So I was like, alright. Next thing you know, they changed it to the ready lane, and I'm like, oh my God, thank God, like, my prayers worked. But when we got there, the officer was like, oh, like, are you a citizen? And I was like, no. They're like, where's your residence card? And I'm like, I left it at the house. And they're like, you can't cross unless you have your residence card. So I was like fucking shaking, and I'm like, oh, my mom has it. He's like, well, you're gonna have to call your mom to come. No, first they took us to secondary. So we were just there, my friends were in the car, and they took me out. I had to like go inside where they make phone calls and stuff. And they're like, you can't, like, you have to call your mom to come bring your residence card, or else you're gonna have to go back to Mexico. Well, actually, they didn't give me that option first. They were just saying that I had to, or I had to pay like $800 to cross, or 600. I forgot the amount. But I was like, I am not paying that amount of money. So I called my mom, and I was scared. And that day, I think my little sister was gonna get surgery. So, like, my mom was pissed at me. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, can't you see we're going through a lot, and you're over here going to TJ, and you know shit could have happened to you. You know how moms are, like, strict. But they're strict for a reason, because they love you. I learned it the hard way. So that happened, and I was like, I know, mom, like, I'm sorry. She's like, no, you're fucking screwed. Like, if you want your residence card, you're gonna have to, I don't know what you're gonna do, but either pay the amount, because I'm not gonna take the freaking residence card to use. I was like, fuck, what do I do? My friend ended up calling another friend to pick her up, one of the friends that were with me. They crossed, they went and picked up my residence card, and then they brought it back to TJ. But me and my friend were at TJ like the whole morning. So the whole night, the next day, we were there till like, I want to say 11 a.m. So we were there for like a completely, like a whole day. And then there was this guy that was like following us and saying like, oh, are you guys from here? Because he saw we parked by like his house. And for them, I think that's sketchy. Like, obviously, I mean, if any car parks, you know, by the house, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? But we had nowhere to go. Like, all the hotels were booked. It was like, I don't know what day it was, but everything was booked. We couldn't get a hotel, so we had to just stay in my car and sleep there while we wait for my friend to cross back and give me my residence card. And we were all scared, and the guy was like, oh, like, are you guys from here? And we're like, no. And he's like, oh, because it seems sketch that you're just here, and like making like a lot of like questions. And I'm like, okay, well, like, we just rolled up the window and left. I'm like, okay, well, if it bothers you that we're here, we'll just leave. And we did. And then he ended up following us, and I sped up and like lost him, and we parked elsewhere. But it was crazy. It was so scary. So yeah, my friend crossed. She gave me my residence card. We were able to cross back. But when I got home, my mom was pissed at me. She wouldn't talk to me for like a whole week. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you don't think, like, what's going through your mind, this and that. I'm like, mom, I thought I had my residence card with me. She's like, that's not the point. I mean, like, you have to have communication with me. You have to tell me what you're doing, because anything you do can fuck up your, like, in the process of your citizenship. And I'm like, I know. So yeah, now I'm trying to be a good girl this year and not do any crazy shit. I'm trying to get my life together. But that was a crazy start. This year, New Year's was like really sad for me. My family didn't do anything. We were just at home all day. I worked. I worked till 1:30. Yesterday was not my day. I was just not having it. And since this is like Monday is supposed to be my last day of work, but depending on how I feel, I might not even show up, honestly. But yeah. Anywho. I have a mess in my room. I just cleaned up this part so it looks good in the video, but I'm gonna show you guys a tour of my room. A little tour of my room. So that's my treadmill and all my stuff I just threw on the bed. And then on my birthday, I had a photo booth, so half of the pictures are there, plus the ones I've had already with like my other friends in high school. It's cute. And then this is a little setup. Huge ass table. And that's my... I have so many mirrors. I even have that one back here. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 mirrors. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Wish me luck on my citizenship. I hope I pass. The next video will be talking about that. I'll be like, I either pass or not. And I'll be either crying of happiness or crying because I didn't pass. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to pass because I've been studying. So, wish me the best of luck. I hope you guys have a good year this year. And I'll be back with another video.